Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. Previously, the lid got blown clean off of this case. Oh my god, it's all connected. It's all freaking connected. Oh man. Well, we learned that poor Iris here is kind of the red-headed stepchild of the family with the jeweler and Dahlia and all that. Even though Iris really wasn't the one who was red-headed and was not actually the stepchild. Come to think of it, that was a terrible analogy. Forgive me. Anyhow, it seems extremely clear that someone gave a letter, some instructions, to channel the spirit of what I believe to be Dahlia Hawthorne, who was executed 1 month ago. And it may be that the person who channeled her was a victim when Dahlia killed Elise Dunim, otherwise known as Misty Faye. And that might be Pearl who did the channeling? I don't know how that could be, though. How could Pearl get to the island when the bridge was on fire? And there's still the matter of who dropped into the river. We still don't know who dropped into the river from Larry's sketch. And who burnt the note, who did the channeling, and how does the cane sword, or was it sword cane? I forget which one Gumshoe specified, but the cane sword, where does that fit into all this? How did it end up being found in the courtyard of the main hall when the murder took place over near the Inner Temple? It doesn't make sense. But I suppose that's what we're here to do. Make things make sense. Let's go have a chat with Pearl. She would be down with Larry. Here we go. Look at that. They really did make a fire right in front of the shack. That seems dangerous. Oh, Mr. Nick. Ha! You're too late, Nick. If you came here for one of our potatoes, we've already polished them all off. I think I've pretty much got all the evidence I need. I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding. Anything you'd like to tell us first? No? Okay. Oh, here goes nothing.
Take that!
Wait a second. 6? Did I miss that before? I don't remember there being 6. Wait a second. Oh my god. There's actually 5. That's not 6. That's 5. You know what? You know what? I'm like 4 minutes into this video. I could very easily just stop this, reload, and just pretend this didn't happen. But I don't really give a shit, so yeah. After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Dunham's room, reading a book together, correct?
Yeah, I was so happy when she invited me. But I didn't go in the end.
You didn't go?
No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
So Pearls never went to Miss Dunham's room. You know, maybe all I've done is convinced myself that this letter was meant for Pearl. But what if? I was about to say, what if it was Maya who read this? What if it was Maya Fey, and she channeled Dahlia Hawthorne? But no. This last sentence. Maya doesn't have anything to avenge. Bring our vengeance to fruition. I think that alone can let me safely rule out the intended recipient of this letter as being Maya, Pearl, or Misty. Like, this letter had to have been for Iris, right? But it couldn't be Iris who did the channeling, because she was in two places at once then. It had to... The person who channeled Dahlia Hawthorne was over here... not here, but at the inner temple, right? Well, enough thinking. We need to figure out what Pearl's deal is. So Pearl's never went to Miss Dunham's room because she was too worried about something or someone else. She was worried about Maya. Perhaps Pearl's saw the note somehow, some way, and thought, the master? Oh, Maya's the master of the technique. She's in danger. I'm worried about her. Pearls? On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? It has to be the inner temple.
Take that!
You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not going to open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? Then the next question is, who or what were you so worried about? Now, I'm going to take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
You mean you know?
If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth?
Okay.
You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that is this. You were worried about Maya.
Take that!
It's obvious what you were so worried about, Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it? You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was the special course.
I signed up for your special course. Well, my. Quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those you channel.
Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? And because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place, you felt responsible, didn't you?
Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the inner temple.
Okay, so maybe it's as simple as that. Maybe she didn't see the note. Then we're clear now that you went to the inner temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. About what time was it when you headed over to the inner temple?
It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started. But there was so much snow, so I didn't get there until after 10 o'clock.
Until after 10? How do you know what time it was?
Because I heard the bell ringing for lights out.
She heard the lights out bell? The Hazakir Temple bell's pretty small though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing.
I was really trying to pick up the sound of that bell, that's all.
Oh, were ya? Why would you do that?
I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible.
She was trying to hear the bell. Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing that bell?
Huh? Oh, I
think I know why. The reason you were so worried about that bell was because of this. The letter.
Take that!
You were given some instructions to follow for that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper?
Ah! Well, where did you...
In the incinerator at the inner temple. Pearls, you were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell.
I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing.
These instructions that were found in the incinerator, I believe they were written for you, Pearls.
For me? No.
As you can see, a large portion has been burnt, but the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling? Taking into account the author of the note, their purpose for writing it, whose spirit would Pearls have been trying to channel? Don't ever think it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearls was supposed to channel. The person you were trying to channel that night, Pearls, was... Dahlia Hawthorne. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was in the letter.
Ah!
It's just as I suspected. It was an Iris who Sister Bikini met at the inner temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of a woman Dahlia Hawthorne was?
No. I've never heard of anyone by that name before reading those instructions.
I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. Geez, do you think Pearl is gonna grow up to kind of look like Dahlia? Yikes. About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls. Who wrote them? Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you'd never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you follow their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote the set of instructions for you to follow? My God. When Phoenix said that, my mind leapt to one place. There's only one logical answer, isn't there? Elise Dunim. But why would she want to kill Maya? Like, let's think about who was at that temple. Phoenix obviously didn't have a clue. Bikini knew well enough who Elise Dunham truly was, Misty Faye, but she had no idea who Maya or Pearl were. And moreover, Pearl doesn't respect Bikini. Maya could never write such a sinister letter. So the only other person who was there, one who Pearls even respects, on top of that, by process of elimination, it has to be her.
Take that!
This is the person who wrote the instructions, isn't it, Pearl? You must have had a lot of faith in them to follow their instructions to a T.
I had a lot of faith in you, Mr. Nick.
Did I get it wrong? Thanks. But... What? Who was it then? Okay, trust no questions asked. That's another level, I think. Maybe it's not a question of who wrote the letter, but who Pearl thought the letter was written by. If the mysterious writer of that letter made it seem to Pearl that it was written by Maya, then Pearls would do it, no question. In the inner temple incinerator. Once night falls, someone or something should be there. Leave everything up to her. I know you can do it. But why would the author of this letter include this last line if they were trying to assume Maya's identity and try to convince this little girl to do it? Bring our vengeance to fruition. Bring our vengeance to fruition. Pearl is Branch family. This was written to Pearl. Therefore, the other person on the other end of this letter must also be Branch family. But why would Pearl trust Iris so much? Why would Pearl trust Iris so much? They just met. Did they even trade any words? At all? Why would... It's either Maya or Iris. Well, either way, I think that... Wait, no! Oh, gosh. Dang it, I broke... Ah! Crap. I accidentally backed out too much. Hold on.
Take that!
I'm not gonna edit and skip ahead, because then you might think that I'm gonna cheat and look it up. I swear to God, that was a mistake. I'm just gonna press forward here. Pearls went here.
Take that!
She went there because she was worried about Maya. She was so concerned about the timeout bell or lights out bell because of the letter specifying it.
Take that!
Pearl's trying to channel Dahlia Hawthorne.
Take that!
Sorry about all this. Now, Pearls doesn't know that Dahlia was her sister, but the question is, did she learn that Iris is her sister? Morgan is in solitary. And moreover, I don't think Pearl would trust her. But, our vengeance. Iris and Pearl, both Branch family members, getting vengeance. But why would Iris want vengeance? Well, it was because of Maya's mother that her family kind of fell apart. Iris has motive then. She really does have motive to strike against the Faye family, the main bloodline. So yeah, I think it's this. I think it's Iris, but I'm so hung up on why would Pearl trust this woman? I just have to go with it.
Take that!
What? Okay, it's Maya then. Why would it be Maya though? I don't know.
Take that!
What? Who the fuck is it? I don't know. Is it Morgan then? Is it Morgan? Is it Bikini? Who is it? Am I missing a clue or something? Am I sincerely actually missing something? I sincerely doubt it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna freaking go to the main temple and see if anything new popped up. 'Cause what? I refuse to believe that am I just being stupid? Is this something that's supposed to be obvious? I don't know. Ah! So... Okay, Morgan's branch family. Bikini is also branch family, I believe. But... the only one with real motive, I think, maybe, would be Morgan? Bikini doesn't seem vengeful. Bikini didn't seem to hold a grudge. Bikini didn't know nothing. I mean, she was like testifying against Iris. If she was rooting for the branch family, she... I don't know. But my logic is that if this was a letter written from prison, I talked about this last time. It's like, surely they'd like read her letter, you know? Like I know that it's like a felony or whatever to read or tamper with someone's mail. But when you're a felon in solitary, surely there's security in seeing what goes out of the prison exactly. Then again, they could have just played it off as like being like nonsensical magical mysticism that isn't even real. But if it's not Elise and it's not Iris, who else could it be? Our vengeance?
Take that!
God damn it. God damn it. Pearls, I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? Badump. But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you. That's why. How did you... Through trial and error, little girl. Through trial and error. I figured it out. No, I didn't. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. Wah! I want to cry. All right, Pearls, it's time you started telling me the truth. Mr. Nick, Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this. Don't underestimate me just because I'm a child. Huh? If you're trying to say I followed these instructions, I'd like to see some proof. What? Because I don't think you have any. She'd say anything rather than admit to carrying out those instructions. Guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. One more thing should do it. Alright, Pearls. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right. There's no evidence that proves it was you. I knew it! However, I do know that whoever did it was a child. Huh? How do you know that? It couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that. Simple mistake? What do you mean by that? I'm sure you thought you were carefully following the instructions you'd been given, but you misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence that proves it. Oh. Okay, time to carefully reread this. Leave everything up. Does leave everything up to her somehow connect to the falling off the burning bridge? No, that'd be really dumb. She is our ally, the whole... Here's a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Gravy. Where was the gravy? The gravy was a thing. What's a gravy? Someone remind me what the gravy is. Ah! Yes! Misty Faye's image is obscured by gravy. Aha! God damn it! Oh! I'm gonna read this one more. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades. Ugh. Maybe once this is burn the... It's not burn this letter. No, it would be burn this. That's burn the. That's burn the bridge. That's burn the bridge. Well, anyhow.
Take that!
It was you who splattered gravy on this hanging scroll, wasn't it?
What? Why would I do something like that?
Do you remember what was written in that letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast, among others, right?
How do you know that?
Isn't Pearl like 8? Hold on, how old is Pearl? 9! What do you mean you don't know how to read the word roast? Come on. Then again, she is kind of a hick who lives out in the boonies. So, okay. Remember the conversation you had with Miss Dunham on the night of the murder?
Perhaps we can read some books together. Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading. Well then, would you like to practice reading with me? Miss Elise? So, for example, how do you read this? It says, gravely. That's kind of
It was there all along! Oh! What? Sure, Miss Dunham taught you how to read gravely and roast. But what she didn't teach you is what they meant.
gravely sounds like gravy to me, and the only roast I could think of was the food.
And that's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from that night's pot roast.
To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea.
Just a tiny bit.
I really am useless. I couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother had asked of me. Such a simple thing, and I couldn't even do it right.
Yeah, we're going into the final trial with some injuries. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this bodes. It bodes!
After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple. With a pot full of the leftover gravy.
The gravy?
I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I was sure it was the Master of Crane, like it said in the letter.
I see. And then?
Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow. So I went to the inner temple guest area.
The guest area?
Yeah, I thought I could wait there until the training was over.
Why didn't you just go to the training hall?
Because Mystic Maya's main training had already started, and I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. But then,
Pearls, did you fall asleep?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it.
Maybe she didn't fall asleep, but rather channeled Dahlia.
Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris too. It happens.
Anyway, then you found yourself trapped at the inner temple?
Yes. When I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but Dusky Bridge wasn't there anymore, and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. I threw the letter into the incinerator, then I heated up the leftover gravy and...
Let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried?
It must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too.
Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry. So, you lost your channeling powers.
It was written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ring.
So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit?
No. I tried, but I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it?
I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and I tried and I tried.
Meaning she's not dead? Question mark?
Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it.
But if Dahlia was executed in police custody, that seems pretty conclusive, don't you think? I mean, how could she weasel her way out of that one? I don't know.
Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh! Just like that.
So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone?
Yes, I don't know what to do.
Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel the spirit?
I suppose there's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though.
Could you please tell me what it is, anyway?
It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit.
Oh! I didn't think about that. Well then, okay. Someone else? What do you mean?
Well, there's only one of each spirit, right? Yep, it's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken.
And that would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne. Well, Pearls showed the letter to Miss Dunim, to Misty Fey. Man, if that's the case, then Misty had a good poker face.
I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish.
Her final wish?
Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully.
This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it.
My mother has gone to a place called a penitentiary.
Yeah, I know, Pearls.
I visit her every month.
Oh! Here I was kind of thinking Pearls like cut ties with her. Because of, you know, the whole murder thing.
And last month she told me, "The time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I had a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says."
Was that security guard just sleeping on the job then? Holy crap.
It's for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now, listen carefully, and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden. My mother is always nice to me. I love her very much.
You fool! Yeah, moms will do anything for their kids, right?
She said it was for the good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya's part of the Fae clan, so it had to be good for her, too. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I guess so, yeah.
There's a picture with her letter, too.
A picture?
Of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time...
Pretty weird, huh? Like Larry knows anything about this stuff.
There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before.
That sure is pretty strange. So, someone read it while it was still hidden at the house? Someone had opened it already? I think it's Misty who read it then. I don't know, man. Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out.
You're very welcome. My mother is watching over us, so I'm sure Mystic Maya will be all right.
Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Ha! I'd recognize that laugh anywhere. Finally figured it out, have you, Trite? Oh, was it Godot who read it? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is. But no, Godot wasn't there for the crime. That was Franziska in Game 2, who was at the crime scene investigating. Okay, maybe it's not Godot. I keep leaping to assumptions. It keeps biting me in the butt. Godot! The entrance to the sacred cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop. Guess he's talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort. But it's all a waste of time. Why do you say that? Because Maya Fey isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, Trite. Just like it was your job to protect Mia Fey. Two sisters caught up in the worst circumstances. I realized that, but... And you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them. New track. Is this like the third time this case has busted a new track on us? Oh my god. But I didn't know anything about what was going on. What did I just say, Trite? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. Tomorrow. We'll settle everything in court tomorrow. Once and for all.
Mr. Nick, is what that man just said true?
It'll be alright, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child. My Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now, finally, after all this time, the master's seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time. That boat? I refuse to believe that Maya died. There's no way. They wouldn't kill Maya. They wouldn't. They just wouldn't. They can't kill Maya. I refuse it. I refuse to entertain it for a second. But so I think they kept it vague, but reading between the lines, Morgan said that the letter was her last wish. And there, in that little scene there, for whatever reason, it seems like Morgan was aware of what transpired, and moreover, her speaking, her text was off-center, kind of similar to the ethereal voice that warns you whenever you fail all your HP from a cyclock breaking, like what we just saw. I think Morgan may have gotten executed at some point. So, Pearl said that she saw Morgan a month ago, and Dahlia was executed a month ago. Would it be unreasonable to think that Morgan and Dahlia were locked up at the same penitentiary? And that's how Morgan would know that Dahlia was executed and died, and how her spirit would be available for summoning, for channeling? Like, who freaking knows? Maybe they even conspire together, and they were like, yeah, Dahlia, you're gonna get executed, but hey, we're channelers, there's channelers out there. Let's do a plan accounting for your spirit coming back into this world and messing stuff up. So it wouldn't be like Dahlia would be channeled on the mountain, be like all confused, not knowing what's what, and it would just be premeditated. Her spirit would be called to this world, enter the body of Pearl or Misty even, if that's true, and immediately have a plan. Like, my god, what if? No! What if Misty used her own sword cane to impale herself? What if she channeled Dahlia so poor Pearl couldn't? And in that process, either killed herself accidentally or on purpose. Maybe Misty and Dahlia in the same body fought for control, and one way or another, that body died. Yo. That'd be something. That'd really be something, I don't know.
Good morning. Oh, are you by yourself?
Morning, Pearls.
Mr. Nick, please tell me, what's going to happen to Mystic Maya?
I'm sorry, we don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple.
Oh, I see. So is Sister Iris still trying to remove those trick locks in the training hall?
No. She's a defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. She's required to be here in court.
Then how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby?
I have to admit, it's kinda strange. If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. Yeah, I figured it was him. Edgeworth. What's Iris doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony? You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. Wait, what? The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession, or so I heard. Franziska von Karma, what are you up to? I know what you're thinking, but Franziska isn't going to be the prosecutor today. What? Then who is? Who else would it be but a Godot? Godot? A Hind-D? Metal Gear? Franziska is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern.
The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that she's...
Exactly. She has been out there all night trying to remove those trick locks. Queen. I love her. With the head nun's assistance, naturally. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. Ooh. Ooh, okay. I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some good news soon. Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. You don't have to tell me that. Touché. You can already see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden frantic maniac you were yesterday. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you've passed your cold onto someone else, literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Partner! Ah! Thanks. I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise Dunham. No, I mean Miss Misty Fey. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. And what that woman is really after. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. Alright, here we go. Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hazakura Temple. Right. Well, I think that's gonna put it here for now. So, a bit embarrassing, this episode. I don't think I'll ever live down that 6-lock situation, but man, okay, so even before I began this Let's Play, I knew that the 4th game introduced a new protagonist, Apollo. And so, for the longest time, I had been wondering, would the 3rd game be a farewell to this cast? And I think it will be. Like, there's a point where no matter how well you implement new facts about the history of these beloved characters, this core cast, Phoenix, Maya, Edgeworth, everyone, no matter how good you do it, at some point it's going to feel bad, it's going to feel awkward. And this, putting an end to this new saga that they introduced, this bad blood between families, this broken family, and the bad blood between them. Once it's all settled, I think that would be the perfect capstone for these characters' stories. It'll be happily ever after, assuming we succeed and assuming Maya Fey lives. Which means, yeah, I get it. It's a perfect time to introduce a new character, a soft reboot. So yeah, I think I can be comfortable in knowing that this game is going to land a stick of the landing of a wonderful finale. But that's then, and this is now. So, I do feel good that I came into this trial, knowing the secret behind Larry's sketch. That's someone falling. But who? Like, assuming my best guess is that it's Misty Faye channeling Dahlia Hawthorne. But if that's the case, how in the world did the body get moved to the main hall? And for that matter, why didn't the coroners discover frostbite or any other signs of being plunged into an icy river rife with harsh rapids and sharp rocks? That is a question for the ages, I think. Who could it be? I mean, unless it's somehow Maya? Maybe Maya's not in the cave at all. Maybe Maya Fey just channeled Dahlia Hawthorne ahead of the curve and somehow leapt into the river. I don't know. I don't freaking know anymore. It's someone. That's depicting someone. I don't care who. Right now. That's a mystery for future me to solve. Yeah, a bit embarrassing not getting who wrote the letter initially. I overthought some things were just simpler than I thought. Well, all I know for sure is that this is the beginning of the end of this entire trilogy, and that still feels surreal. I love this game. I love this trilogy. I love it so much. It's gonna be sad to say goodbye, but that's then. I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been Phoenix Wright. Oh my god, I wanted to say Pride and Prejudice, but no, it's Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. I can't word. It's hot. My brain doesn't work in the heat like Larry. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll catch you next time.